right, welcome back to Small Couch Reviews, people. It's your boy Sam.
It's your boy Joey.
This is a surprise review. We thought the next movie we were going to talk about would be John Wick's Ballerina, or
Right.
Ballerina from the world of John Wick, I think is what it's actually called. But Hulu dropped this movie, and I saw it, and I was like, Jovi, you got to see this. Predator, Killer of Killers. I don't know if you know this, Jovi, but this is actually from the same man who did Prey.
Oh, well.
And this man is doing the next Predator movie, which now that I know that, I'm actually excited about the next Predator movie.
I'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into all of that. Just so you know, so you guys are aware, this is an animated feature film. And the man, his name I'm talking about is Dan Trachtenberg. Like I said, he did Prey, which I think we have reviewed on this channel, and we both loved.
Yeah.
And seriously, after considering it, I think I like it more than the original, just because even though the original was so amazing, I think I like the characters are really what did it for me in Prey, because those characters are way better than the ones in the original.
Agreed.
Or maybe it's on even footing. I have to watch the original again. But yeah, so he did that, and this man, I was looking at his resume, bro. He's done some pretty good stuff. He directed the you can check it out for yourself, but he directed the pilot for The Boys, which is another show we love.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think back to it because I watched the whole series.
That's when Robin, her arm, when A Train ran through her and
and he was just holding arms.
Yeah. But anyway, Predator Badlands. This is like I said, it's an animated feature film. It's real quick. It's about an hour, 20 minutes. And it's kind of like an anthology. We get 3 separate stories.
Mm-hmm.
We get one that takes place in the 800s and with a Viking woman and her son seeking revenge, and the Predator comes and finds them. Then we have one that takes place in the 1600s in Japan that tells the story of 2 different brothers, 2 samurai brothers who are kind of they kind of have their thing going on, and then the Predator finds them, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have one that takes place in the 40s in World War II with a fighter pilot I think he's either in the Navy or the Air Force, but a fighter pilot who is, at in war, and the Predator finds him. So 3 different points in history, a Predator comes to Earth to do what Predators do, find the strongest and try to hunt them.
Yeah.
And then, surprise, surprise, all of this comes to a head. At first, you think it's kind of like a Twilight Zone anthology series thing where it's just telling you 3 different stories, but then you find out these stories are connected in the end. So
yeah, I got that. I was like, there's no reason for you to be showing me these characters, and after the first one.
Yeah, after the fact, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like after the first one, you're like, I was like, oh, okay, so we're gonna get multiple points in time.
But yeah, and I'm glad they explained that too, because I was like, how is this gonna work? But with that said, I'm just gonna say it. Like I said, Prey had been my favorite Predator movie. That's over. This movie right here, I think Predator Killer of Killers has replaced. Just because the implications and the lore building that happened, especially like the last 15 seconds of this movie, built up more lore than I could have imagined. I was like, wow, this is great.
Heck yeah.
And I mean, we'll get into all this and the way it ended and everything, but just the way the Predators behave, the way they act, the kills, geez.
Yeah.
And because it's animated, they got away with a little bit more stuff. But I've been talking for a minute, Jovi. Let's get into our sours and sweets, bro. What did you not like about this?
Okay, sours. I will say that the last story, I guess because we are in this like in the time frame, like I don't consider that character a warrior.
I agree wholeheartedly. Like the fighter pilot, he was not the same as the other 2. Yes,
not a warrior, and built to be a warrior. Of course, soldiers are warriors, but in that sense, not him. I feel
he was more of a mechanic. Anyway,
like he wasn't on the line. He's not an online soldier.
He was a boots on the ground. Yeah, that's true.
There we go. And so I didn't really like that. Like, cool.
He was smart though. That's why they chose him, because of his mind.
He was smart, and I liked his story. But it just didn't make sense to the other 2.
To the other,
to the character that I was looking for the entire time. But we'll talk about that later. Yeah, besides that, cool. I wish their collars were allowed them to speak the same language to each other.
Oh yeah, that's the other
That's
thing. That was gonna be my only sour.
yeah,
Mine
I guess
too,
that
bro.
could be because that didn't make any sense. It's like you have a collar that can change alien
Translate
language
into
into individual
language they can understand no matter
understand
the time.
the time. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so what Joey's talking about, the predators, they put these bomb collars on their prey essentially,
yeah,
kind of like Suicide Squad bomb collars. And when they're put it on, it lets the predators communicate to them saying, "Hey, I'm gonna hunt you," or "Hey, you have to fight," or
right,
whatever, and they'll
right.
understand it, whether it's in Japanese or Scandinavian or English. So, but yeah, the bomb collars only let them hear what the predators are saying. It doesn't translate language. So I thought it was kind of a waste because if the predators want them to work together eventually, it would be nice if it translated. So,
Right.
but yeah, man, no, I was about to say the only weakness of the movie to me might have been the fighter pilot, just because he didn't seem to, I guess, sacrifice like the other two did.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the only thing. Not even just this. It's just, I mean, because he wasn't a freaking samurai prince or a Norse leader of a guild or tribe or whatever.
Right.
He was a dude who was drafted into the Navy who had a loving father at home or whatever. I guess
Yes, like, you're like,
he didn't
seriously.
come from a broken family, so
Yeah.
he was cool. So
Like
so he was boring, I guess. But
the 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 pilot that killed himself for him was more of the soldier that I feel like they should have used. Like,
yeah, I agree, man. Because he was pretty dope.
yeah.
But all right, I think so. That's our sours, bro. We can get into this, and I am gonna glaze, but I'm gonna let you go first.
Yo, after you get past the frame rate, because it's just like what's that? What's the animated show with Jinx and all that?
Oh, Arcane.
Arcane, yeah. Like once you get past that animation style, um, it's beautiful. It's amazing. It's just it takes my eyes a while to get adjusted to
That is true. The
that
frame
that jumpy animation.
yeah, like choppy type still, kind of like
Yeah,
Spider Man a
and
little bit.
but after like the first 5 minutes, it did not bother me at all, and like I was
Mhm.
into it. And again, those first 2 battles were crazy, and then the flying in the 3rd one was like just took me back like, yo, this is what I want to see animation wise. Like
Yep.
this is a like evolution of what we're used to, and it's very clear that they're using computers to like fill in those gaps that would take years to produce something. So
Yeah,
like
and I was wondering, yeah, and because I was wondering, I was like, what? Because when I read that this was the director, I was like, I wonder why he did this instead of another live action. And the animation, I think, like that was key, bro.
yeah,
Like you said, the frame rate. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, I get what you're saying, but I'm gonna say I didn't notice, bro. Like the first fight when this Viking woman is going on her quest for revenge, when the predator's watching.
yeah,
I was like, oh my gosh, that just lets you know immediately what this movie is. If we haven't said it, this movie is rated R. It is not for children.
oh yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
she takes these shields and she's like, I'm gonna knock on the front door. And went through and
Cut
started,
somebody's
oh
head
man, she
off.
was murking them babas, yo.
Yeah, it
And
was
then
crazy.
oh, go ahead.
I was like, yo, I need a whole character with shields for weapons.
Yes, all she had was her shields, yo. She was
Yeah,
chopping off heads, and
yeah.
yo, she was going, bro. Her and
Like
her
I
crew, they
need a
just went through
game.
them.
I need a
And her son.
game just like that.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Yeah. And then similarly, the samurai, when when he grew, when we see them as children, then he grows up. And when he came in, there's a point where he's sneaking through to kind of get to the castle, to confront his brother, who is the prince, kind of like a prince and pauper situation. But anyway, when he's sneaking through and he's taking people out,
Yeah.
I love that. Like I can't really explain, like because there's no talking in this one. In
No.
the Japanese one, there's no
Yeah.
talking. So everything is done through the eyes. So there's a moment where he's trying to be so quiet and he does everything he can. And then someone just like rings the bell, and then you see his face just drop and he
He's
gives
just
up. Yeah, right. And then he just is like, all right, well, whatever. And then he becomes loud and starts killing people.
yeah,
Man.
he goes off.
It was dope. And of course, the predators killing people, just you always gotta respect like their technology and stuff is
Oh
dope.
yeah, man. Yeah.
And I like that, like the Predators, even though I like that, I like their kind of code. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they could stay stealth and get the kill and go back to their planet, but they're like, nah, I'm gonna reveal myself. At least let him know I'm hunting him. So
Yep.
it was dope. And both again, those first two fights,
Yeah.
amazing.
And
Like
finish the job.
can't
Like
get
they
yeah.
really like that is their goal. I'm going to fight the like best, the killer of the killers.
Yeah.
I'm finding the best of the best, and I'm going to fight him. And I'm taking this skull as my like my trophy.
Yeah, it's so dope. And we keep talking about the first two. The third one took place in the sky, so it was cool.
Oh
But they
no,
just go
yeah, that's
hand
what I
in
said.
hand.
Like yeah, the flying and
Yeah,
like all of that, the kills in the third one were awesome because you got to see
yeah,
technology from the ship.
yeah. That
Like,
joint
you
was
don't
that joint was
normally
wild. Yo.
see
Like you
you know,
saw that
like
shit
movies.
burn. That joint was
Yeah,
wild. Man.
yeah.
So yeah,
Um,
the action
I
top
really
notch.
don't like I don't have to glaze this because it is just good. It's just good. Like it's good. It's nothing. There's nothing that someone can say about this unless they are like, I don't. There wasn't enough continuity between the three stories. Okay, I guess if you don't know what you're getting yourself into, you could get upset about that. I thoroughly enjoyed this
Yeah,
idea that
I
it all
yeah.
comes to a head. And, to not make this video too long, it
Mhm.
does come to a really, really great head when we get to see that they are keeping a lot of warriors from different times and different experiences. Because I'm watching it, I'm like, all right, cool. Three new characters. Where my girl from Prey at?
Yeah, bro.
Where's
You're right.
Arnold at?
You're right.
And
So
then
yeah, and then the end. So
yeah,
just I guess like you said, the end they show us like
yeah,
so they keep them in cryo sleep. That's how you have these three people from three different
from different
generations.
yes,
They
yes.
actually freeze them, keep them there, and then I guess they call them out to fight them when they need to. So the
Yeah,
Scandinavian woman, we see her in the end being cryo frozen, and she's
yeah.
being walked past all these people the predators have picked,
Just
and you'll see some familiar faces.
completely
And
goes against her
yeah,
religion.
man. So if you haven't seen Prey, I suggest you watch it because it's a
Yeah,
great movie. But it will also help you with this.
yeah,
And yeah, man, like the movie ends on a cliffhanger, bro. Like,
yep.
because our people are like I mean, they're literally on the predator's planet as the predators are chasing them, and the movie ends. And I'm just like, dog,
And
I
it's
gotta see what happens
yeah,
next.
and it's funny because Aisha comes and she sits down, and I say, and like this is the joint's ending. I was like, they're in a ship on a technologically advanced race of aliens. You don't think they got a tracker on that ship?
Right, bro. Like, what? How are you going to escape?
Like, how you don't know how to to fly in space. You're a
Exactly,
pilot,
bro.
but that's what you're limited to. You're
You don't
limited.
even know where you are exactly. How are you
No.
gonna get back to Earth? Like, so yeah, a lot of questions, but it
And
ends.
then
It's a cliffhanger that like leaves you with excited.
right,
So,
and then when is this?
oh, that's also true because we're assuming it's yeah, it could be way in the future.
Like, that's I'm excited to see that too. I'm excited to see the rest of their planet.
Yeah, me too, man. So,
So,
yeah, like
yeah,
I said, big lore building Predator movie. If you're a fan of the Predator franchise, I think you'll like this. If you're just a fan of action and animation, I think you'll like this, bro.
no, for sure.
I always said I got very little to complain about, bro. I'm probably gonna give this a 5.
It's a 5 for me too. Sorry, y'all.
And when Jovi, I was saying this in my last when I was doing How to Train a Dragon, which comes out Monday. But I think we need to start like these arbitrary numbers. We might have to like start adding something to them because we can't like we give a lot of threes, but not all threes are the same. You know what I mean?
No, not at all.
This one is when I'm saying this one's a 5. Like this one's a 5. You should go watch it right away.
It's a
It's on Hulu.
5. Go watch it on Hulu. Go watch it on your phone during your lunch break. Watch it. I don't know. Just watch it tonight.
Yeah,
If
man.
you're watching this at night.
And when you do, you come right back here and let us know what you think right down there in the
Put down
comments,
in the
y'all.
comments.
All right, we appreciate y'all. Thank you for sticking with us as we rambled through this and glazed to this movie. But Predator, Killer of Killers, it is now out this weekend. Hope you guys enjoy it if you watch it, and hope you guys have a great rest of your week, day, month, year, all that good stuff, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, we out.
Deuces.